Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Thursday. You can see I'm out here outside again from yesterday. It was raining, it was horrible. So today we're going to talk about what is love and what is love from all of its perspectives and dynamics. So let's jump right into this. As we look for love, right? We ask ourselves every day, most people do, where is it? How can we find it? Love is something that we don't find it, right? We are groomed for it. We are prepared for it. We are, molded for love, right? And some of us, we think that we're looking for a person. But sometimes love comes in different things, right? Sometimes the love comes from a person, like a person you can be with. And so some people need that type of love. And then you have the love where you learn to love yourself, right? Now, a lot of times people might say, but yeah, who wants that type of love? Don't you want somebody to be with and hold and give yourself to? Well, sometimes you might have experienced all that already. You might have experienced love from the intimate perspective, but you've always neglected yourself. And so you might have been on this journey to find that your love, your truest love, was you. Sometimes with love, it comes from, you might have from mothers that comes from them having children, and they try and find relationships. Some of them don't work out, and so some of them do, but ultimately their truest and their first love is their children. And so a lot of you might notice from, my mother and the sacrifices that she made for us, and thus she, we became her love, her first love, essentially. So a lot of times people ask, well, what is love? How do you find love? Like, most people say, I'm looking for this person. Well, before you can find this ultimate person, this person that's going to be your dream person, you have to create the lifestyle to nurture and to provide and to continue to mold and uplift and build that love, right? So if you're living in an environment or living a lifestyle that really doesn't allow for that type of love, or you're not willing to sacrifice your lifestyle for that type of love, you're not going to get it. And love is not just a thing where it's like, oh, well, this person's my type. The truth is, and I'm sure many of you have mentioned, have heard me say this or mention this in other videos, but no one really has a type, right? Now, our type, when you hear about that, it's really based on what you're accustomed to receiving. The type of love you're accustomed to receiving, the type of people you're used to attracting. And so you get to a place where you're like, man, you know what, this is the love I'm looking for. This is the love I'm just going to find. So I'll never find that dream love, that love that, I've always wanted to experience. Now, the reason why most times when you get to a place where you say this person's not my type is because you've gave up on love, right? And you've developed all these defense mechanisms to protect yourself from love. See, love is a vibration. It's a frequency, right? It is based around your biology and your chemistry, right? You ever meet a person and, they're beautiful, right? The person's amazing, but you're not sexually attracted to that person. Meanwhile, you might have a person that you typically would not go for, right? They're not fitting the mold of what your subconscious tells you that this is beautiful. but you find that you're sexually attracted to this person, and not just sexually, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, right? And so you meet this person and you fall in love with them. And you fall in love with them because they pull at your soul. And they pull you into a world that is not their world or not your world. This may sound cliche, but it's really out of this world. It is a love that goes beyond what you can even fathom or understand. Now, the truth is, y'all, the reason why I can speak on this stuff, because I've experienced this. I've experienced the love that gave you that feeling. See, the ultimate love is getting to a place where you can love someone and you don't have to talk, right? The ultimate love is nonverbal. Now, how do you know that? You might say, how do you know the ultimate love is nonverbal? See, our emotions are so dynamic and it has so many different perspectives of how we have to express what we're going through. Because we're expressing our triggers, which is created by our traumas, which is created by other people's traumas, which is passed down to us, and thus this is the reason why we love. This is the reason why we're forced to love a certain way, because we're trying to get rid of the thing that is so a part of us that is down into our DNA. And it's in our DNA because it becomes a part of our vibrations, our frequency. And so, you might have, if you watched the last video where I talk about how we have many deaths before our final day, for you to find the love that you're looking for, you have to have a death of a version of yourself. And you have to mourn it, right? Because you might be like, man, but I love this version of myself. I love the version of myself that goes out, have a good time, get with, whoever I want to get with, have people, have crushes on me, seduce people. I love the version of myself that is, maybe insincere, know the relationship is not going to work out, but I just want to have a good time. There's different versions of you that you have to get rid of. And if you don't get rid of that version of you, you're not going to find love. See, love is out there, right? But it's not going to accept the version of you that is angry, that hates it, that feels as if though that it's not, a good thing. Love is good. Love is a good thing. But the real issue that people have is that they have to work through what's going on internally. They have to work through their anger. They have to work through their frustration, their triggers, their trauma. You don't want to have love based off of trauma bonding. You want to have love that's based off of the depth of understanding. We can find love. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what language you speak. I've met so many people where we've built connections and me and that person don't speak the same language. Love is biological. Love is based on chemistry. Love is based on a vibrational frequency. And you have to understand what's yours. The reason why everyone doesn't understand you is because they can't hear you. They can't hear your moods and your emotions and your feelings and your sadness. They can't hear it. And because they can't hear it, the reason why you might be saying, well, why can't they hear it? The reason why they can't hear it is because they're not meant to hear you. They're not meant to hear you on that level. And you might say to yourself, but I hear other people on that level. Well, that's because you've experienced that aspect or that frequency before. And so you understand that type of pain. You understand that dimension of pain. But now you're on another level where you need a person who is in tune with your frequency. So how do you find love? Love is inside of you, right? It's the home that you build and that you create within yourself. And love will find you. And love comes in different ways. Because it's all about the love that you crave the most that you'll receive. If you crave another person, hey man, you're going to receive it. If you crave you, you're going to receive it. If you crave seeing your children grow up and become the best versions of themselves, you're going to see it and you're going to receive it. But whatever home you build within yourself, that's what you're going to attract into your home. That's the type of love you're longing for. And it's okay if you don't fall in line with what love really is supposed to be. As long as it makes sense to you. I speak about a lot of things on this podcast and the segments. And even though I'm speaking about my journey, I'm also speaking about my experiences and from helping people and helping myself. And so when it comes to love is the one thing that, we all long for. But you have to ask yourself, what type of love do you want? What type of love do you want in your life? And you know already. You already know. You just got to accept it. Because if you don't, you'll always be misunderstood. Alright? Again, I love you guys. I appreciate this one. I know this one was a little bit longer than usual. But I love love. I love people who are trying to find love. And, if you find your person, that's great. But if you find yourself, that's a gift too. And the ultimate love in life is find the higher self, the higher power, which is God. And once you find Him, He will give you more beyond what you can imagine. But you got to be ready to receive it. All right? I love you guys. I appreciate the support and all the love. I hope this is helpful. And I will see you on the next segment. Peace.